Welcome back to the No Fun channel. I'm Felix, and this is more Reddit stuff. This is Comfort Level Podcast, and I just randomly picked one of their things. This one is leaving, so AITA, leaving him stranded, fighting for privacy, and cutting alimony. Oh, wait, no, that's all of them. Which one did I pick? I was down here scrolling. Oh. For getting alimony ended when my ex moved in with her boyfriend. Rest of us caught off. But let's go ahead and see what's going on with this one. Oh, it's even right there. Shows how smart I am.
When he ended with,
oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I gotta remember to do that.
When my ex moved in with her boyfriend.
Oh.
And something I didn't think about until the end, it's not child support, it's alimony.
Yeah. So for your spouse.
So it's for your spousal support.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, I, 41 male, have a 12-year-old son with my ex-wife, 37 female. We divorced 5 years ago. I paid child support and formally alimony. Shortly after our divorce, she took in her sister's son, who is currently 10. They live in our old home, which has 3 bedrooms. Almost 2 years ago, my ex started dating a guy and is now 4-ish months pregnant. He moved in about the same time she found out she was pregnant. He has a daughter from a previous relationship. His daughter was given her own room, and my son and his cousin now share a room. My son is upset about this and has asked to live with me full time. I went to my lawyer and began that process to get full custody. I have wanted full custody since we divorced, but my son has...
Okay, I'm already going to stop it. Was it the son's room originally? That's messed up. I'm assuming the cousin's a boy and they did that because... But, yeah, I wouldn't be happy with that either. If I had my own room and you gave it away to someone else, I'm going to be pissed. Or at least let's just figure something out. Can we turn the attic into the room? Can we turn the basement into a room? Figure something out because it's like I'm not giving up my room unless you can get me another room.
Never indicated that he wanted that, so I didn't push for it. I also found out from my lawyer that my ex living with her boyfriend gives me the right to terminate alimony in my state. My previous lawyer said it was only if she got remarried, so I told him to go for it. The court had ended the alimony, the custody is taking longer, and won't be decided until after the holidays. My ex is pissed about the loss of alimony because she is only working part-time and her boyfriend is a medically retired fireman. So they are struggling financially, but I feel that is extra money I could put away for my kid down the line. Am I the asshole?
Right off the bat, no. I think that's the thing in a lot of states. If you can prove that she's living with her lover or something like that, then yeah. Because in some states, the spouse won't allow the new boyfriend or girlfriend to move in because of that. They can lose alimony.
Nah.
I want to read top comment because I think it...
There were some comments up before it switched. Let me go back. I hope your son ends up in the best possible living. It's really crazy that people who aren't able to support themselves choose to get pregnant. Was the ex expecting OP child support to raise her new baby? Yep. Okay.
I think it describes it well, but not the asshole. There's a big difference between child support and alimony, which is spousal support.
Yeah.
The alimony is to help keep your spouse in the lifestyle they were used to, but is typically not forever. Now that she's with a new guy, it shouldn't be your responsibility to pay for her lifestyle any longer. It's not your problem that he doesn't/can't work. Best wishes for your success in the custody changes. And then somebody else also said, I hope your son ends up in the best possible living situation.
Oh, they went back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think...
Before they go over their responses, yeah, definitely would have stopped that spousal support as well. I would have been like, nope, you're not getting this anymore. And as for my son, with my kids, I would have brought that up a long time ago. Hey, you want to live with me? Maybe at the time he thought it was best for them to stay there because he did say they were in the old house that, it was their old living house. So he figured instead of moving his son and uprooting him from his bedroom, he let him stay there. And for the most part, it sounded like everything was going good until he lost his room. So really, mom didn't handle the situation well, sounds like. But let's hear what they got to say.
I don't think alimony needs to go away like right now, but I do think when alimony was created, there was definitely a situation where typically it was the man working and the women primarily being at home and not even having the same access to like jobs and education as they do now. So it was like very clear, if you divorce and you leave this woman, she literally has no recourse to make money at all or make money even close to what you were doing. So alimony really made sense. I think there's still circumstances where it does still make sense now because there's still a lot of stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home dads that need that kind of money to get that grace period until they can do it for themselves. But it definitely shouldn't be forever.
Yes.
And I definitely see it differently than child support, where I'm like, if you're not full custody, or the other person's full custody and you're not, you need to be contributing to that. And I need a legally binding thing to make sure you're doing it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I like how he's
I do agree with him on the alimony that it does need to change because it still favors the woman. And there's a lot more stay-at-home fathers than there used to be. And even back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, all the way up to now, there have always been stay-at-home fathers. But even in a divorce, the father still got nothing. So they actually need to change how that alimony works because sometimes it's ridiculous. The courts, I don't know why the courts do it, but they'll go overboard in how much alimony to give someone. It's like, yeah, I make that much, but I got bills to pay. I'm taking on all the bills. So you can't expect me to pay that and pay all the bills. But yeah, I definitely agree with him on that.
and it's one thing to just terminate.
Oh, and the child support. Definitely, if you don't have full custody or something worked out, you should be paying child support. And a totally different topic, but child support, you got to be careful with that. You need records of the child support that you're paying, and you got to be careful of the court systems. Some court systems will actually rip you off and charge you for taking care of child support, so you got to watch out for that. So you definitely need to work something out, have it in record, to where you can keep record of your child support. But yeah, if you don't have full custody, you need to be paying child support.
But he's also trying to make sure all his bases are covered to get his son back too. So there's really no reason for the alimony to continue.
Yeah, especially if the son were to come live with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think, because I think she said they were divorced they've been divorced for 5 years.
Yeah.
5 years is a long time
That's
to
a
be on
long
alimony.
time.
And I do agree with the whole thing of like, she's in a relationship now, that partner should be helping to build towards whatever they're doing. And he doesn't need to be helping to like support her. I don't understand that.
Yeah. The child, you're always responsible for this child. I mean, even if they're 18,
Yeah.
like our parents are like still, I don't think they're responsible for us, but I think they feel responsibility for us.
Yeah.
But for someone I divorced, I'm doing this as long as it's legally done. And then you're with another guy, I'm done.
Yeah, the alimony stuff, that can go on for way longer than it needs to. I think in any alimony, there should be a grace period. I would say minimum 5 years. Alimony should be revisited every 5 years. And at that 5 year mark, if the other person hasn't been able to get on their feet without you, that's their problem. I think the judge in those cases should be like, why haven't you been able to get on your feet by yourself? Why didn't you get a job? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? And if they can get a good enough answer either way, I think the alimony should be terminated at that point. Now, if it turns out they're disabled and they were disabled before they got divorced, that can be handled differently, basically case by case.
Especially a guy that added 2 more children, basically.
Because I get that like she's about to become stressed out because she's pregnant. So she's about to be in a situation where she's not working if she can help it. But it sounds like they're struggling, but that's not his responsibility to do.
It's not my job anymore.
I'm going to stop there because they do go on for quite some time on this one. That's one of the upsides of a podcast with a group of people. You can go over it quite a few times. But in the end, not the a-hole. Definitely glad the alimony stopped. Shouldn't have to pay that. even though he can't work, was it medical leave firefighter, I think is how they put it. I'm sure there's something he could do depending on what it is. There's a lot of at-home jobs. If he's that stubborn, like, why are you with that guy in the first place? If, you know. But anyway, that aside, yeah, it's not his responsibility. You're divorced. You've been divorced for 5 years. You should be able to adjust by now. The fact that you didn't, that's your problem. And my son's going to be living with me full time. You are not my problem in any way, shape, or form. I'll leave a link for their podcast. There's actually, how many did they do on this one? 1, 2, 3. Oh, this one has updates. And what? Look, they did 4 on this one. What is this one? For not giving my social security numbers. Okay, maybe I'm not going yet. I think I want to see this one. It says, for not giving my social security number, so you can. I think I've actually heard this one before, but I kind of want to see get some of their response on it. So let's jump ahead here. So this one will be 2 Reddit stories in 1. From comfort level. I don't know why I'm having trouble with that word. All right, let's see what we got.
Am I the asshole for not giving my girlfriend my social security number so she can run a background check on me?
Right off the bat, no. If my girlfriend asks for my social security number so she can run a background check on me, peace out. You don't need that. I'm not giving that to you. It's not happening. My wife has it because we're married and she needs it. I have hers. I have our kids. That's different. If you're just my girlfriend, no, you're not getting it. Unless we're getting married and you need it for like legal reasons, like we're getting something together and our social needs to be done, you're not getting that. Forget that. So there's that.
Who are you? Who are you?
Excuse me, you're asking for my SSN?
No.
She's scamming, bro.
Yeah, that is a scam. That is absolutely a scam.
I'm trying to remember the story. If they lived together, I can't remember. I know I've heard this on TikTok, but I can't remember how long they were together. But yeah, if I recall the first time I heard, if it's the same story, that was my first thought. It's a scam. She's scamming you.
Okay, I, 27 male, have been in a relationship with my girlfriend, 31 female, for almost a year now. This evening, she sat me down and said she needs to have a serious conversation with me, and she asked for my social security number. I said, absolutely not. Why would you need that? And she told me about her ex-boyfriend that was basically living a double life. He had a bunch of criminal charges in his past that he never told her about, and eventually exposed her to some sketchy and dangerous behavior before she broke things off after he cheated. I said, okay, thank you for telling me that, but what does that have to do with my social security number?
You can run background checks without social security number. You don't need the SSN number to run a background check.
She said ever since then, she's had her friend that works for the federal government.
Yeah, it's the same one. I'll let her finish. Sorry for interrupting so much.
Run background checks on people to make sure they're safe. And because our relationship is progressing, she needs to know that I'm a safe partner for her, so she wants my SSN to check my criminal history. Now, for the record, I don't even have a parking ticket. I'm a nerd and a gym rat, and all I do is work. I go to school, I play Dungeons and Dragons, come home, watch anime, rinse and repeat. So I don't care about a background check. She won't find anything. But I'm not giving out my social security number. I don't feel comfortable enough providing that to her friend. When I said that, she got upset and said, I don't understand what women go through, and it's about safety.
That has nothing to do with what women go through. You don't, like I said, you don't need the social security number to do a background check. Sorry for interrupting so much, but I've had background checks done on me for jobs, and I didn't have to give them my social. So you don't need it to do a background check.
No idea what women go through, but that doesn't mean I'm giving my SSN out to a complete stranger.
Right.
She says he isn't a stranger. He's one of my best friends, and he's married to a close friend of mine. And I said, honey, that's great, but I don't know him, and I don't trust him.
Such useless information.
That's my information you're asking for. You can trust him with your personal information if you want, but no one I don't know is getting my SSN or critical details. It's just not happening. And she said that our relationship isn't going to be able to progress until I give him my SSN because she needs to know that she's safe. And she's offended that I don't trust her taste in friends. I got up and I left at that point, and I told her I respect her concerns, but her past trauma doesn't give her the right to try and strong-arm me into giving out sensitive information to someone I don't know just because he works for the federal government and has access to the database. I used to work for the federal government, so I can say from experience everyone working there isn't some wonderful person. I'm not assuming he's a monster or anything, but just working for the feds doesn't prove anything to me.
Right.
She called me insensitive and hasn't spoken to me since. Personally, I feel like she was gaslighting me into giving her what she wants, but I'm not sure.
Start off, if that guy really works for the federal government, he could actually lose his job doing that. You can't just go in and look at people's stuff. There's so many laws on that, and depending on his position, he could be facing criminal charges. So that right there would throw up a red flag for me. If this person is willing to do this, I wouldn't want him working in the federal, well, our federal government is right now. But that aside, that guy needs to lose his job.
He's like, verify that you're from the FBI. He's like, hi, I'm from the FBI. That's it. That's what those scammers be. They'll be like, oh yeah, hi, I'm such and such. And it's like, bro, that doesn't prove anything.
Yeah, have you met your friend in person? She's like, no, never. It's just this website that I talked to him on.
So I've never run a background check on anybody, but I don't know that they need Social Security. Can't you do it from other stuff?
Yep.
I don't know.
Yes, you can. You don't need the Social Security number to do a background check. They get done all the time without it.
Because I was like, how is she doing it? But if she has someone in the government doing it, I feel like you do need your Social Security.
I don't think you do, because Walmart did a background check on me.
Well, they had your
They have
Social
your
Security.
They had my
number.
social.
Yeah.
I don't think they had it at that point.
When you signed up.
I think it was like literally. Wait, maybe they did already have it.
I feel like you do need it.
Nope.
I'm just scared for OP because if he had gave it, and then he's telling his future partners, he was like, so my identity was stolen.
Oh, so I have two different things that say criminal background checks do not require a Social Security number. Instead, they rely on name, address, and date of birth. And then there's another one that says the bottom line is you should require the Social Security number as part of your background screening program. So there's two different ones.
Okay.
So
It depends on how in depth you're going. Most long and short of it is no, you don't need a Social Security number to do a background check. If she wants to do a background check, she just needs his name, date of birth, and she should already have that in his address. You can run a background check.
I think maybe you probably can do it without, but
Because let's talk about it from one side. I feel it's been brought up in our church with relationships of having information available. So like getting STD tests, getting your credit report, sharing that information amongst each other so you know what you're getting into. I feel like in one level it is good to have this information to share. I think in serious relationships, I don't know if I'm dating someone and wanting to do that, or maybe like STD tests and stuff like that. But
I would want to know about STDs. If you got STD, please tell me. Unless we're combining financial stuff, I don't need to know your financial history. And criminal background, unless you're committing some serious crimes, just stay away from me.
I don't know if I'm going to bear like my entire background to you in a dating, because did it show how much they were dating, how long?
I think like 9 months.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm doing that unless like we're engaged, like we're getting ready to be
Almost
married.
a year.
And then I'm like, even though, is that too late too?
Yeah.
If you find out when you're engaged, actually no, it's not, because you're not married. You're just like, oh, it didn't work out. I don't want to give you. I'm not giving. It just seems like it's.
They're more focused on that. Was there an update with that? Oh, there is. Let me jump ahead.
Not the asshole. I just had a background check completed. I've had them every 5-ish years for the last 20 years because I volunteer with children. Some in-state, some federal. I also have been screened by the government for a permit several times. I have never had to provide an SSN. Sadly, I think your girlfriend may be the criminal and you may be her long con
Oh,
arc.
man. That's so true, yeah, because I did mentoring.
That's what I said. I don't recall ever giving my social either. Background checks I had, they've either had us go run it, like, oh, you need to go this and have them run background check and it brings the paperwork. I've had that done. And I've never had to give, I don't recall ever giving my social. It's just name, address, and date of birth.
And they do background checks. I didn't give them my social security number.
Yeah.
Somebody else said, that's what I'm saying. You don't need the SSN to run a good background check these days. Everything is there online. Jail records and court documents are free. All you need is the city name and date of birth to find everyone's criminal history with pictures to prove it's really them. And then update. After reading the comments I've been getting over the last few days, I've decided to call her on New Year's Eve and give things one last chance because I'm the type of person that needs to know I did everything I could before I walk away from a relationship. And some people said she has valid concerns and she just went about them the wrong way, which made sense. I told her, I understand and respect your need to ensure your safety, but I'm not willing to potentially compromise my safety to make you feel safe by handing over my SSN to somebody I don't know and don't trust. And it's illegal for him to even use a federal database for personal
I
reasons.
was going to say, I was like, can you do that?
Nope.
Yeah.
Cannot do
I was
that.
like, oh yeah, this for sure is a scam action.
That's what I was saying earlier. If that person's really doing it, they could be facing some federal jail time.
Actually.
So that's out. But what I will do is pay for a background check of your choosing so long as it's a legitimate service and give you the results. I will not be providing my social security number to anyone, but my address, date of birth, and etc. are all fair game. She refused and said she has chosen a background check and that she's having her friend do it because she knows that she can trust him. So I said, if that's how you feel and you won't budge, then the issue here is trust. And I'm not willing to stay in a relationship with a woman that doesn't trust me because of some shit that doesn't have anything to do with me. I'm not paying for another man's sins, and I'm not giving you my social security number because your ex was a criminal. She started crying and asking why I can't understand that it's not about me, it's about her. And as I said, you made it about me when you asked for my social security number.
This is a straight up scam. 100% I believe she's scanning him.
She got pissed and started accusing me of lying and caring about her safety and saying, if I really cared, then I'd have no problem doing this because I don't understand how vulnerable women are in society. So I said I was willing to work with you up to a reasonable point. But now you're just trying to manipulate me and I don't feel safe being with you anymore. Because this is how you react when you don't get your way about having my SSN. What happens next when we have a major disagreement or a serious situation comes up? Are you going to keep crying to try and get your way or throw out another ultimatum to try and force me into doing what you want? She started saying that as a man, I can't understand what it's like to go through life as a woman and having to be afraid, and that this is what she has to do for her safety and security. And I just need to respect that and give her what she needs for her comfort. And I was like, I tried to compromise, but you wouldn't accept it. There's nothing more here to say.
She's trying to gaslight. She wants that social. 100% a scam. She was going for the long con.
And to be clear, I wasn't exactly calm. I have severe anxiety, so this was a really, really hard conversation for me to have. I was actively pacing around my house and sweating and forcing words out the entire time. Then she started crying and asking about New Year's because we were supposed to spend it with her parents. And I said, you should have thought about that before you tried to strong-arm me into getting your way. This isn't and everyone stood up and applauded moment. That's just how things went. I hung up and now we're over. Obviously I'm hurt, but I'm realizing I dodged a bullet because there's no reason shit should have gotten this fucking messy. And before anyone tries to jump me in the comments again, I offered to pay for the check. She refused because it wasn't the test she wanted. I feel like I made a good effort to resolve things. Hate to ring in the new year without a kiss under the mistletoe, but it is what it is. I don't know if she really is that concerned. I'm some lunatic criminal Or if she's really trying to scam me, like you said. Either way, it's over now.
For the comment, people in the comments were calling him the a-hole for not giving out a social. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if someone found it and was like, he's in Reddit, we can gaslight. But yeah, it's a scam. She's a con artist. She's a scammer. He did the right thing not giving out a social. And anyone in the comments who were like, hey, you should have gave her the social, you're an idiot. You're a straight up idiot if you honestly agree with her. People saying, oh, it was women's safety. How is compromising his safety going to help her? You don't need to compromise someone else's safety to feel safe. That's just a stupid argument. So yeah, him not giving out the social was the right thing. Because the roles were reversed and he was arguing, oh, I need it for my safety. I need it for his safety. No one would be saying, oh, give him the social for his safety. So anyone that actually said he should have done it, you're an idiot. So I didn't go to the actual Reddit post to look. I don't need to read the idiot comments. But let's see what they had to say.
I have a theory.
Yeah.
I feel like it wasn't. I don't think that she was really with him.
Oh, you think she was with a friend or something?
I think she was with the friend, or they were like accomplices. I think this probably was legit a scam.
You know what I just thought of? Were they actually living together? Not living together, but were they actually meeting face to face? Because he's talking about spending New Year's with her and stuff. Like, has he actually met her? Because there are people who do online stuff, and they consider it like a real relationship, even though they never met. And they do all these things, making plans. And I know they're supposed to go meet the parents, but did they actually meet? Were they physical? So there's that.
Because of the way in which she was using the arguments, she was like pulling on that. Is it pathos? Is it ethos? Ethos is emotion.
Stop trying to use big
I don't
words.
know, you do you.
Yeah, you got your
Sugar
own,
plum.
Yeah, you got your own thing, man.
She's trying to pull on the emotion of
With
him.
your intellectualness or whatever.
Right.
He's a smarty.
Yeah, that's all he's doing.
She was trying to pull on the emotion of it, of him, to do the Social Security. She sends it off to the, kind of like those, just any other scammer would, you know? Hey, I'm in this bad situation. Send me this.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe it's just more personal so that they can get more out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of it being like a bank where it's like, yo, cash this check and then send it to this account, and then you got wire fraud.
Yeah, I'm thinking it had to be a scam at this point because she was just using the same thing back over and over
that
again.
Would piss me off. I'm like, I know.
You keep saying the same thing. You keep crying about the same thing. I'm not giving you my SSN.
And then,
but it's a weird scam where you also would meet her parents.
Well, then, if it was actually her parents,
you're saying they're actors. This is a scam.
or maybe he was going to get set up.
Oh yeah.
Well,
going to meet the parents and get set up, and he vanishes. They make him vanish, and they steal his identity. He may have really dodged a bullet. And what country is this? Well, Social Security, that's an American thing. But still, in foreign countries, if you have an American Social Security number, you can do a lot.
I have no idea about that, but maybe.
I have no idea about that.
But I do think you're not the asshole for that. I think it's good that you withheld it. I think it's really weird how hard she was trying after you said no.
That's what I...
Multiple times after you said
it.
no. After you offered really good solutions.
She picked her nose as something written in my eye. Yeah, this feels like a scam. He was being scammed.
You offered multiple different good solutions to be like, hey, we can figure this out.
You know what? He should have ran a background check on her. That's what he should have did.
Did not budge on any of it. It's very suspicious.
It has to be my friend. You have to give me the Social Security number.
And then her saying, I don't trust those. And it's like it's legitimate organizations that actually
what
do
they
it.
Have to do with,
so that's also what tipped me off. I was like, they're legitimate organizations. You don't trust a legitimate organization that does this for a job?
Yeah,
okay.
Come with me. Let's go together. Let's do it together.
You get one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
there we
both get
go.
one.
Actually, yeah, let me see
Yeah.
your criminal background because there's something under the little, there's little warning bells going off right now.
Yeah, give me your social. We'll swap
Yeah,
social security numbers.
exactly.
And when I figure out that yours is the real one, I'll give you mine. You know, I don't know.
We'll go dash for dash.
Dash for dash.
So
All right, that's good enough. Yeah, this felt like a scam. 100% a scam. She was conning him. And you hear what he said, he's a gym rat and a nerd. So I kind of wonder, other than going to the gym and, working and being a nerd, does he really socialize that much? So, and he has anxiety. She probably saw him as a mark and went in for it and figured, I can get a social and do some stuff. And he wasn't budging. He wasn't going for it, and that pissed her off. She probably thought she had this guy wrapped around her pinky, and he fought back, and she did not like it. But, yeah, that was interesting. So there was actually 2 of them here I ended up listening to. That's basically how I pick them. I take the mouse and just see if they're broken up to where I can read them. If they're not, I just kind of move the mouse around and see what's there. But I was trying to do other Reddit stuff. I still might every now and again pick one, but I've been having fun doing these the a-hole stuff. So I may primarily just do this. I still call it Reddit stuff because I don't just do one thing. I pick different people and listen to them, see what they have to say. But other than that, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll leave a link for there so you can watch the whole podcast. And see you guys later. Later.